Hey witches, mystics, manifestors, and people who just like tarot. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm Ray Luna. For today's tarot reading, this is a reading to look at what your heart desires. So for those of you who are lost or want guidance on what to do next, or what to look towards next, this is like looking at what you're subconsciously thinking and feeling, subconsciously what your heart is desiring. So for our selection here, we have these heart candles. For group number 1, we have the pink heart. For group number 2, we have the red heart. And for group number 3, we have the black heart. So take your time and choose what heart is calling out to you the most. And when you're ready, head to the description or comment section to click on the correlating timestamp to receive your reading. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy this reading. Hey group number 1, welcome to your reading. So you chose the pink heart here, and the cards that were under the pink heart are the Queen of Swords, the Sun, the Hanged Man, Death, and the World. So what I am seeing here for what is hidden from you, what your heart is subconsciously desiring, is with the Queen of Swords and the Sun card. These two cards here are talking about allowing joy in your life. So this doesn't mean, wow, everything in my life is perfect, so I can always be happy, or I can lie to myself that everything's good, even though there's actual problems. No. These two cards are talking about allowing yourself moments of peace and joy, even if things are bad, even if you have valid issues. This is finding the light in the dark, finding that flower that's blooming, even though that field or wherever that flower is growing, a lot of things have died or are dying. That one flower is growing still, right? This is finding that speck of hope, that speck of light, that flower in a dying field, right? This is finding that one thing that gives you hope, that gives you more. So you have a big message here of your heart wanting more hope, wanting more happiness. So this is finding little ways to do that. This could be even something as simple as, I say a lot of times in my readings, that cup of water, tea, coffee in the morning, something you really like and really appreciating that moment that you have that. And, people always say like, oh, it can't get worse. Well, hey, sometimes it can get worse. Not that you don't have problems. So this is saying whatever bad things or, whatever problems you're having, try to appreciate what is going right to give you some sort of peace as a mechanism to make things better for you, to give you a little bit more hope. It's not going to be a magic cure for every issue you have, but it will help greatly. There is also the feeling here with the Queen of Swords, the Hanged Man, and the Sun in the middle, right? These three cards here are telling me that there is that feeling too of sometimes we restrict our feelings of hope or happiness because we're used to a lot of bad things happening, or because of the bad things around us, we feel like, well, we can't get our hopes up too much, right? It's just going to go away. So this is saying you have to try to move away from that behavior and allow yourself to have hope, to have dreams, have goals, even if it seems unrealistic, even if it seems like difficult or impossible. That is how you move on. That's how you continue, by having that goal at the end, by having that vision, even if it seems impossible, even if it seems hopeless. This is saying that can give you hope. You need to move forward by saying, hey, I'm going to have hope for that anyway. I'm going to try for it anyway. I would say a way to help you doing this so you don't get your hopes up too much is setting up those goals, those dreams, those hopes, right? Those things you want that seem impossible. Set them up anyway, but don't get fixated on the outcome. Be detached, but then you can have hope and realize, okay, I can work towards this even if it seems hard or impossible, or I can work towards this even if a lot of crazy stuff is happening right now, I can still move forward. And you also have to remember life is a cycle. So sometimes things get really bad, then they're normal, and then they get really good. None of those cycles last forever. So remember that if you are in currently a bad cycle. Also with the heart you chose here, this pink heart, it also has the message of innocent. It is the innocent heart. So this is saying you have to approach things with not knowing all the answers, not having those set expectations, that will also give you more hope. It also talks about having those dreams in the first place. Don't stop yourself from dreaming or having hope because it seems impossible. That's actually when hope has to happen more. That's when you have to be, viewing things with a more, delusional vision so you can persevere anyway, right? That's what this is saying here. It's also talking about the belief in miracles, right? Believing something can happen in the first place. Don't make a final choice with something or give yourself a certain outcome if you don't know 100% that's what's going to happen, right? Because you could be giving yourself something bad before it even happens. Things could change. And if they don't, if you're at least moving forward and you have that perseverance, you will eventually hit a cycle where something has to shift. So this is saying have hope, have an innocent heart, innocent expectations to move forward. You also could revisit a time that was happier for yourself, right? Like if you remember watching a certain show or movie, people talk about having like comfort shows, comfort movies that they watch when times are difficult, or something they watch to help them relax, right? So this could be investing your time, taking time to enjoy your comforts, things that are nostalgic for you, things that remind you of good things that also can increase your hope and kind of give you a more like innocent outlook, or kind of put you back in that mindset of, okay, things can be hopeful. I remember watching this show and movie, and during that time I was really hopeful about the future. I was really excited about the future. Something like that can also help you shift your mindset too, or be put back into that mindset, I should say. And the Hanged Man is all about your mindset. So don't think the sun is out of reach. And don't lie to yourself either and say, oh, everything's perfect and happy. You can recognize what is wrong. But once you do that, you then can take actual practical steps to make things better for yourself by realizing, okay, what is truly wrong and what is going right. And we see here too, the Death card actually came out reversed, and I don't read reversals, but for this pile, I thought it was fitting, so I left it as is, and I feel like it was meant to come out this way. So death is all about change, rebirth, and sometimes it can be bittersweet. So when it's reversed, I'm thinking of difficulties with change, difficulties seeing how life can be different or how it's becoming different, right? This could be unwanted change, or having difficulty with the way things are shifting. So I would also say here, those methods of having comfort, right? Like watching old shows, movies, doing nostalgic activities, that also can help give you some sense of grounding as everything is shifting and changing. As I said, it's not going to make everything perfect. It will help because you have that one thing you know is reliable, that one thing you know you can count on to ground yourself. So this is all about focusing on what is grounding you, what is giving you hope, what is making you feel, innocent, or like what is making you feel like, okay, maybe the future is good. Even if you don't fully believe in it now, that's completely fine. But this is saying do stuff that will give you that euphoria, that joy. And the last card here is the World. It talks about feeling whole, feeling complete. You need to do things that make you feel whole and complete. And I know that's easier said than done, but think back on the past. Revisit your past so you can improve your present and future. What lessons there that you have learned that can help you now? So this could be knowledge from your past you're using now, those fun, happy memories you're trying to recreate now. I also see the World as, once again, finding joy in what is around you. Maybe you can take part in something that makes you feel like you have purpose, that's making you feel complete. So some people feel joy and happiness by helping animals, right? Like stray animals, feeding them. They feel like they're making a difference to help those animals. So they have some sort of, nutrition, of course. This also could be, helping people who don't have as much as you, or if you feel like you're the person that needs help, right? Maybe finding a community online or in person, people you can talk to, bonding over common interest that you have with other people, finding that community that makes you feel connected and whole. So what can you do? It's saying here, you are meant to do something that makes you feel connected and whole, that's giving you purpose. It's okay if you don't automatically know what this is. If you don't, this could be saying, take a risk and try many things. And it doesn't always have to cost money, right? You can do stuff that is free if finances are a concern for you. But I feel like you guys are meant to spend time and effort doing things that are making you feel happy, feel joyful. You don't always have to work and be productive or always do stuff that is, just meant to be like, oh, how am I working? Am I working enough? Or am I spending enough time on, whatever it is? Like, I feel like there's a lot of stress and there is this feeling of neglect towards yourself and the things that give you joy and comfort. So you're really meant to invest in these areas. So I'm going to shuffle some more cards and see what else comes out. Okay, with these cards here, we have Untitled, Live in the Now, Golden Healer Quartz, Open the Door, and Joy. As I do will, so mote it be. Let joy and light radiate from me. So interesting, we have live in the now. So yeah, what can you do now to make you happy? It's okay to take things from your past to do so, or think of your past to get those ideas of what you once enjoyed. Especially if you haven't done this in quite some time, you might forget because you haven't given yourself that moment to have peace, to have joy, to have happiness. That can take a lot of time. And if we're busy trying to be productive, go to work. If you have kids, take care of your kids, your pets, your friends, your family, whatever it is. We all have priorities and responsibilities, but you have been neglecting yourself. So this is saying, yes, live in the now. Do something now to help yourself. It's okay. You have permission. Do it. You need to do it. Okay. With Golden Healer Quartz and Joy, I love this, like this amber, yellow, brown color, right? This color in itself also reminds me of, the sun card in traditional tarot would have that yellow. So this also could be a color that's a sign for you to be hopeful. Yellow itself is a color of hope and joy and optimism. So maybe one way you can bring this in your life too is by wearing bright colors. If you're wearing black, white, gray, those are also not bad to wear, but it can feel depressing because bright colors can kind of stimulate your mind. So maybe you need to wear bright colors like yellow, orange, red, pink. Maybe being around bright colors or having more bright colors in your home will also help you. This also could be, regardless of like colors, this could be talking about light. Maybe you need to be more in the sun if possible. Maybe you need to have more lighting in your home. Maybe you have to go outside more. There's something about having more light and more color. And a more like, not metaphorical, like, oh, see the light, see the joy. This is being like literal, like you need more colors in your life, or you need more light in your life to stimulate your mind and make you feel a little bit happier. Some people get depressed when it's too dark, or they're always around dark colors. So yeah, brighten things up, change your decor in your house, your apartment, wherever you are, do stuff that will let you see happiness as well through colors and light. Also, I have another message of don't feel like you need your life to be perfect to allow yourself to be happy, because that's also how you miss those little moments, those new memories to be nostalgic about. Give yourself permission no matter what is happening, even if it's like the worst case scenario, right? Give yourself moments where you can laugh and feel joy. I just want to let you know you have that permission from the universe, yourself, me, whoever. You have that permission to allow yourself joy that keeps coming through. Let yourself have a moment now, because who knows what will happen, right? Like some people don't have a bunch of time. Not saying you guys have a lack of time. I'm just giving a reminder that we don't know what will happen, right? Even with, tarot or predictions, right? That could change. So this is a reminder that no one truly knows what can happen next. And if you have a limited time, which we all do, of course, this is saying don't waste that time and have joy, have happiness. Don't think, oh, I always have to work. Oh, I always have to do, X, Y, and Z for me to be happy. No, you can be having nothing and still allow yourself to be happy. Not because that's the best situation to be happy about. Of course, people want stability. Of course, people want, safety, security, all those good things. But if you don't have that, don't make it so society or your own brain from the conditioning of the society we live in, don't let that tell you, oh, you can't enjoy things because, you don't have the best house or a house at all, right? Don't let it tell you, oh, you can't enjoy things because you're not rich. You can enjoy things now and allow yourself that permission, even if you have nothing. You deserve that. That is like human, right? Human experience. You're allowed to have joy no matter what. That is your power. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. If you did, consider liking it, hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos like this, subscribing if you haven't yet. If you would like to financially support the channel, you can join my memberships. You get a weekly card pull that I write a message for the week ahead for you to see what themes or what you can expect. You get some emojis and early access to videos. But I hope you guys have a great day. I hope this reading has helped you in some way, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, group number 2, welcome to your reading. So you chose the red heart, and the tarot cards that were under the red heart during the selection are the Ace of Swords, the Magician, Page of Cups, Nine of Cups, and Judgment. So what I'm first seeing here for what your heart is desiring, what you're subconsciously being called to do, is with the Ace of Swords. The aces talk about new beginnings, right? Starting something new, new energy. So with the Ace of Swords, swords is talking about your intellect, your mind. It also can talk about like speaking, right? Like speaking your truth or expressing yourself in a way that is authentic and true to you. So there's a big message here in this pile already talking about your creativity, your passions, what makes you feel alive, what do you dream of, what do you desire. And this is also including things that maybe people think are like, oh, that's embarrassing if you do that. You could never, be a successful like singer or artist or whatever it is, right? Something like that. This is including things that people might think are impossible. Or it could just be little dreams too, like creating pottery just because you enjoy that and you want to be creative. All of this is about doing something that you're passionate about, regardless of what other people think, regardless of what you think. Like maybe you think it's silly, stupid, impossible. It doesn't matter. What are you called to do right now with the Ace of Swords? What is your truth? What do you want to express truly, authentically to you? It's like singing, even if your singing's bad. Drawing, even if your drawing's bad. Doing things so you can improve over time, to be better, to have that happiness and see your craft slowly over time grow, and become better and better. So I see here mastering creative talents, becoming better at your creative talents, but also pursuing them in the first place, because I feel like creative talents are those things people feel like, oh, that's a waste of time because it doesn't make money. No. You can make money, of course, with creative talents, but it's often harder versus like a traditional job, right? That's what I'm getting at. So this is saying you guys need to take time and pursue those creative, silly hobbies and passions, even if it's something people judge or even you feel judged about. Pursue those things anyway. And also pursue your creative talents, your passions, even if they don't make money, because hey, one day it could make money. And even if it doesn't make money, there's a message here that you're meant to heal your soul, heal your mind, have the blessing of living in authenticity, feeling true to yourself, feeling fulfilled because you're saying what you want to say, you're doing what you want to do, you're expressing what you want to put out there. No filter, right? That's going to give you a lot of joy and happiness. So even if you're not making money from what you're doing, as I said, you can eventually, or you could be, but that's not the point. This is for your own happiness, doing it because you like to do it, not for some external validation. So your heart is desiring you doing more that is true to yourself, authentically yourself, without the approval of others, and even yourself if you're judging yourself based on what other people are saying. Maybe you have internalized things that make you feel judged, or you're not supposed to pursue these things, but you are meant to pursue them. With the Magician and the Page of Cups, these two cards are especially creative cards. So you need to find ways you can express yourself more. So this could be changing your fashion to be more expressive, changing your hair to be more expressive, your makeup if you wear it. This also could be doing more with your body as well, needing movement, because when I think of art, I also think of, like sports. People don't think that's art, but it is, because the amount of time and effort it takes to be good at sports, that right there is a craft, right? So this could be doing stuff to move your body, express yourself more physically. So that could be taking on an exercise routine. This could be doing yoga, Pilates. This could be starting to run. It makes me think of Forrest Gump, right? When he's running all across the country, right? Maybe you guys like that movie, but you have to go on more adventures too, right? You're being called to take action and do more, even if it's judged, right? Even if people are questioning it. Kind of like how people are questioning Forrest Gump, right? When he's running all across the country, right? In the movie. You need to do stuff, maybe not as extreme, you can if you want, but you need to do something like that where you're just doing something because you want to and it feels right, even if it doesn't make sense to other people. I don't know how else to explain it. You just need to do stuff for you. What feels right for you? This also could be like, let's say you have a busy schedule. You have your own responsibilities, of course, we all do. This is finding time to still do this with that, and that can be a challenge, of course. This could be taking 5 minutes in your day of free time just to sing, just to dance. You need to do that. It sounds so silly, but you really, really need to do that. This also could be taking time to take a class or teach yourself with, YouTube videos. There's a lot of free information online if you don't have money to pay those things, to find that information out of how to get better at your art skills or your talents. But I feel like you guys need to start investing in your creativity. Don't feel embarrassed. Even if let's say you're 40 years old right now and you never did anything like that. You're like, oh, I want to do that, but I'm afraid I don't know how to dance. I don't know how to sing. This is saying it doesn't matter. You can start today and become better. You're meant to do this whenever this reading, you're listening to it, whatever age you are, no matter how much experience you have, you're meant to allow yourself to take action, to be creative, to create. Your soul wants you to make something. And you can make things in all different types of ways. Making things can even be like organizing the items in your house. That also is a form of creativity and expression. But you need to change things and express things in a way that feels right to you so you feel more comfortable. This is going to help you greatly. I also feel here too, with the 9 of Cups and Judgment, I thought of exposure therapy, right? So this could be like, if you're afraid to do something, one way you become less afraid is by just doing it, right? So if you're scared to speak in public because of judgment from others, one way you can overcome that fear is by speaking in front of people more. So it can be challenging, of course, but there is this feeling of exposing yourself, overcoming that fear of judgment by doing things anyway in front of people, singing in front of people, dancing in front of people, speaking up when you feel like being silent, right? So there's a lot here of you overcoming judgments of other people, external validation, doing things for yourself. And also there's a sense of satisfaction here with the 9 of Cups, wish come true happiness, right? Because you're overcoming the fear of what you're doing in front of other people. You're overcoming the fear of being judged. So by exposure therapy, I think some of you guys could be called to do that. You're going to do that. There's also this feeling of like feeling really fulfilled because you overcame that fear, or you get satisfaction by speaking in front of people afterwards. And you're like, okay, I did that. I did that anyway. And you realize it's not as scary. You actually got joy from it. You feel power from it because of, that energy exchange of people listening to you and you speaking and having that attention on you. So some of you guys could be receiving a wish come true by your ability soon to start creating many beautiful things, to start expressing yourself very truthfully. Sometimes we lose things by being truthful. I'm not going to lie here. Some people don't like the truth. Some people would rather hide and believe in lies than face the truth. But you guys are going to be letting a lot in your life by creating and expressing yourself authentically. You're going to lose things that aren't meant for you and then find the people who also agree, who are also seeing eye to eye with you. Or if they don't agree, they're at least giving you that space to express yourself without being very judgmental. So you are also moving away from harsh criticism, I feel here, and you're finding more people who are being open towards you. But there is a feeling here with the 9 of Cups of a wish come true because you're so open soon, because you're so creative soon. Whatever you're doing next with these topics, these themes, that is opening you up to more people wanting to connect with you in a way that allows you to find people who are also authentic and true, because you're not hiding yourself. You're going to find other people who are like, oh, I also agree with that. Or if they don't, that's okay. It's making it easier for you because you're stating what you want up front without needing tons of time to pass to truly say what you want. You're just saying it and you're just doing it. Okay, so I'm going to put down some more cards and see what else comes through. Also, I wanted to mention the color of the heart you chose. So you chose the red heart. This is also talking about passion and doing things that fuel you, that make you feel excited. And sometimes facing those fears, that can be exciting sometimes, right? Once you overcome it, you get that endorphin rush of, I did it, I faced it. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying like you're overcoming those fears in a satisfying way. You're overcoming creative blocks in a way that makes you feel fulfilled because you're finally, I'm achieving something now. I'm making progress now. And it's not all based around money, but for your own soul, your own passions to be fulfilled in the first place, you're taking on challenges. I hope that makes sense. Also, the red heart can talk about like succeeding, having victories. This is also because of, like the color red, like your blood, you're putting your blood, sweat, and tears into something, all your efforts, because you truly care. What can get better than receiving rewards from what you're putting your heart, mind, and soul into? So this is saying fully take the time, energy, and effort to invest in what makes you tick, what makes you feel motivated. Don't neglect things that motivate you or make you feel joy and happiness. I also feel here too, there is a message of focusing on, beauty, your appearance as well. Maybe you have to express your creativity through your looks, like wearing different eye makeups, or like I said earlier, changing your fashion in different ways. Maybe you're meant to experiment with your appearance to find out what is truly authentic. Maybe you used to style yourself with aesthetics you see online, right? Like certain styles people are posting. But you never really got to make your own fashion sense. You never got to create something just with your own feedback. It's okay to get inspiration from other people and things, but there's a message here of doing something, wearing something, looking a certain way that is truly unique to you. You're going to be finding what is authentic to you with glamour. So it says, I see the realms of possibility. You're seeing the realms of possibility for yourself and the different versions of you. What feels more correct? What feels more right for you? You are going to be discovering this through experimentation, going on adventures, whether it is, being creative, or being creative in the way of trying on different outfits, trying on different styles, and do this too, not just with feedback from, friends, people online. Try to find your own fashion, what you like, make your own trend. This is what it's saying, like be original. I always see people say, why isn't these type of pants or this style of makeup a trend anymore? I want to wear it. Like, okay, what's stopping you? You can still wear it. You can still do those things, but you're not going to get the approval of other people because it's outdated now, right? Since it's outdated, it's not cool to wear anymore. But that's only true if you believe in that. You can still wear whatever you want, do whatever you want. So this is saying go outside the lines and do what you want, even if it's not a trend or it makes you outdated or, too forward in some ways too, right? You might be too ahead of your time with fashion too. This is saying do what you want. That's going to give you a lot of happiness. With aquamarine, go with the flow, and blue lace agate, find your calm. This is also telling you to pace yourself. You don't have to rush things to build exactly what you want overnight, or you don't have to rush things to become amazing with your talents, right? Take your time and let things happen. Don't force things. Don't rush things. Let things be original. Don't feel like you have to be a copy of somebody else. This is finding the beauty within yourself and what you're doing, even if it's not perfect, right? Recognizing the value of imperfect art, imperfect creativity. That's what makes it good, right? That's what makes it authentic. So this is also finding the value and the joy and how you're doing things imperfectly. Learning to be less of a perfectionist is also something you're going to be learning soon. You're going to be enjoy doing soon too. Like you're going to see something not perfectly created or done and be like, wow, I really liked that. And I want to do more of that. I want to keep being more authentic and allow things to unfold organically, not forced. So that was your message, group number 2. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. If you did enjoy it, consider liking the video, subscribing if you haven't yet, hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos like this. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope this reading has helped you in some way, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hey, group number 3, welcome to your reading. So you chose the Black Heart here, and the tarot cards that were under it are the Ace of Pentacles, Strength, the Lovers, Queen of Cups, and Two of Wands. So what I see here for what your heart is desiring subconsciously, or what's a little hidden from you, is with the Ace of Pentacles, aces talk about something new. And it's funny, one of the other groups got an ace for their first card. So you guys are having a lot of new energy, new starts, but directly related to how you approach money, career, and finances, and material items. So this could be changing your beliefs about money. Maybe you feel like you have to work really hard to get money. Maybe you feel like you're not getting paid enough money. Or if you have a savings, you are figuring out what to do with that. So this is all about choosing how you invest your money and choosing how you make money. So you soon could be getting new work. Like you could be looking for a different job, or you need to start pursuing a different job that you feel is more fulfilling or pays you more. This also could be looking for maybe schooling to change your job. There is a lot of new beginnings when it comes to how you're thinking about money, how you're making money. So definitely a good sign if you want a new job or a new start related to finances. With Strength here, strength is usually relating to something that takes a lot of effort. So Ace of Pentacles and Strength is needing to, put in a lot of hard work, a lot of effort, having motivation in these areas. The more you're motivated in this area, the more it's going to pay off for you. So this could be having the drive and ambition and motivation, which can be hard, to look for a new job, to be applying and interviewing. That's challenging. So this is saying if you are doing that, make sure to not be hard on yourself. Don't take things personally and do your best. That's all you can do when you're pursuing new financial opportunities. As of when I'm filming, it is quite difficult right now for people looking for new work or new jobs. So this is also a suggestion that if you are someone right now who's having trouble with that, you might need to use strength and have a new mindset or a new approach. Maybe you can find a way to make your own money or make your own business, or like I said, changing your job, your career in the first place. I also see this as having the strength to chase after those opportunities. Do not give up if that area of your life is not going how you want. Continue on. I also see, though, too, something that's interesting here is with the Ace of Pentacles and the Strength as well. This also could be getting money in a way that's satisfying for you, right? So you're not working extra hard at work to impress whoever to get a raise. You're working in a way where it seems like you are doing much more, but you could be just doing enough so that you can rest and relax. So this could be like, you do your assignments, and then with the leftover time, you are doing what you want, investing your time in ways that you want. Like maybe you're browsing the internet when, your job probably prefers you to work, but this is you taking your time back from your employer, or taking your time back if you do have a job right now so that you benefit more in the end. So you're also finding ways to maybe get your time back, get more money in a way that could be considered maybe like, oh, sneaky. And with the Black Heart here, this could be making money in a way that could be like untraditional or unethical in some way. And I'm not saying that in an offensive way. This could just be like, taking more breaks at work so you get more money instead of, working really hard for no reason, right? Like maybe you did all your work and there's nothing else to do, but your boss wants you to pretend to work. You're saying no to stuff like that and you're finding ways to get your time back. So it's not necessarily bad, even though it sounds like sneaky or, oh, you shouldn't be doing that type of thing. I hope that makes sense. Like you're taking back your power from being trapped to, negative employment situations, negative money situations. You're finding the strength to find the right opportunities, or with a current job you have, make it work better for you, even though it might be considered, oh, that's not traditional or that's different. So I hope that makes sense. And also with the black heart can be kind of not only with work or money, right? It could be approaching things to benefit yourself more, because it's kind of like, oh, that dark energy. You're being unethical in a good way for yourself. And I know that sounds strange, but that is what is coming through. So you are figuring out how you can benefit, and you might be a little bit of, you might be doing stuff other people think is selfish, but I feel like you guys had to be strong for a long time or do a lot for a long time, and you weren't always doing things considered bad or unethical, right? Like you're not doing things very crazy or illegal. You are doing things because it's like, okay, you're tired and you want a break in some way. And I think it makes sense with the energy I'm feeling here. You're finding a way how to give yourself more, how to give more to your family, your friends. So I also see this too as not being transactional with people, but you are having the approach too, if people are, playing games, not being serious with relationships as well. This is romantic with the lovers and professional, family, friends as well, all your relationships. You're also having that energy of, no, I'm going to cut this out. I'm done. You're not dealing with people who want something from you, but they're giving you nothing back or making you exhausted. They're making you do all the work. You're saying no to that. You want things to be equal, like with your jobs, your relationships, platonic, romantic. That's a big energy here. It's saying, go ahead and do that. Say no. If you don't like a relationship, you don't have to keep pursuing that. If it is something that's bad and not, fixable, or something people can be open to changing, because sometimes people don't know what they're doing. But if this is a situation where people are taking from you, playing games, it's okay to say no and be, the bad guy or unethical in that way, because in that case, it really isn't, even though we're told it is. So yeah, I also see here with the lovers and the Queen of Cups, you are wanting a balance to things. You want your choices to make you feel like, okay, yes, this is good for me. I'm not draining myself and doing everything. And this is completely, this is valid, okay? It's not like you're being the bad guy because you're bad. You're doing stuff that I feel like is long overdue. So don't restrain yourself from telling someone, hey, I'm done with your bullshit. You can say that. You're allowed to say that. You're allowed to do that. And with the lovers and Queen of Cups here, this is very positive, because the Queen of Cups could be you guys being emotionally fulfilled, comfortable. So this is like accepting romantic relationships that make you feel like there is some give and take. You're not doing everything. You're not exhausted, because a love relationship, while it requires work, obviously not everything goes smoothly all the time. Of course not. But this is saying no to relationships where you feel like you are in a relationship with yourself while you're with someone. You don't want a relationship where you feel like you're alone anyway, right? So I do see a potential for a new relationship that repairs your strength, that gives you strength, and makes you feel like the Queen of Cups, more balanced. And even the lovers talks about 1, 2, partnership, sometimes choices. So the choice to take care of yourself, better protect yourself, say no to things that aren't good for you, serving yourself a little bit more. Sometimes it's okay to be selfish. Having that mindset, you are finding balance in love and finding someone who's going to be a little bit more equal or a better match for you, not someone or people who want you to do everything. It's okay to say no. It blocks people like this from coming in. And then you can also be caring and do stuff, of course, but you don't want to do it all. So this is just that reminder, it's okay to say no and be selfish. And with the Two of Wands also talks about choices and looking over things and deciding, okay, what do I want to plan? What do I envision for my future? So this attitude and change in behavior, or this increase of this behavior of serving yourself a little bit more, I think this is happening subconsciously because it's overdue. As I said, you could feel this way for a long time. You could have put it off because, of course, no one wants to have to be like, oh no, I'm not dealing with any of this, or, being confrontational. A lot of people just want things to be peaceful and, go with the flow and work. But this is happening so you can better plan a future for yourself where your needs are being met, whether that's finances and career, for material stuff, or just for stability, peace of mind for yourself, romantic relationships, friendships, whatever it is, your relationship to all the different areas of your life, you will be served better once you're very clear and direct on things. And once you don't put up with anything, maybe some people have perceived you as weak because you are giving or because you are putting in effort. That's not right. That doesn't mean you're weak. You just want to, spread the joy, spread the love, right? But people don't always appreciate this. So you're also going to be learning how to balance relationships, but this is like choosing what relationships are worth the effort and time. You're going to become better at this, and you're going to stop ignoring red flags. You're going to be looking at this and realizing, okay, this isn't good, and we have to have a conversation about this to, one, fix it, or two, cut it off if this is not worth pursuing as friends or, romance, whatever it is. You're making a lot of, big moves, big decisions. Also, the black heart in all these cards indicates to me stepping more into being a powerful person, or this is like becoming unlikable, not because you're a bad person, but becoming unlikable so that you protect yourself. You're getting fed up. You can still have friends. You can still have moments where you're giving, of course. I'm not saying you have to completely stop that. This is just becoming better at detecting who's worth the time, energy, and effort. And you're going to be a lot happier because you're like, okay, I'm fine if I'm not everyone's friend. I'm fine if not everyone is liking how I'm having, boundaries or saying no to something that makes me feel uncomfortable. You're like, whatever, that's fine. You don't have to like me. And it sounds negative, but this is positive. I hope that makes sense. Like, you're welcoming this, you're happy with this, but it's hidden from you because maybe you feel bad to do this, or you've been putting it off because, of course, no one wants to have to be mean or unlikable, but you might have to, or step into this power so that you have a better outcome. And then once you realize this fully, not just in your subconscious mind, you're going to be like, okay, yeah, that was right. And it gives you more money, better relationships, more balanced love connection. So I hope that makes sense. And I'm going to quickly shuffle some more cards and see what else comes out for you. Okay, great cards here. We have Sodalite, Speak Your Truth, Shungite, Detox Your Life. So with these two cards here, yeah, this is all about speaking up and saying stuff even if other people are like, whoa, that's not very kind, or, oh, well, I liked when you said this instead. So no, speaking up and doing something for yourself is really going to help you. And I feel like you're within reason with these cards. It doesn't feel like you're a bully. It doesn't feel like, you're being unhinged. It feels like, okay, this is overdue. You should have maybe done this sooner, but you held off because of that reasonable part of you not wanting to, be too crazy. But yeah, you're stepping into this power of saying, no, I'm going to protect myself. I'm not doing that. I'm not dealing. Life's too short to deal with a bunch of crap you don't want to deal with. And this is talking about detox your life. And this is also a message of protection. So you could be cutting some people off. You could be moving someplace to be away from people. You could be switching out of a toxic workplace or looking for a new workplace, finding ways to be more independent so you rely less on others because you could be fed up with others. There's a lot of messages here of being independent in a way that makes you happier, being maybe alone in some ways, but you're happy about it. It's not sad. It's like, yes, freedom, independence. I also feel like you're having an improvement with the relationship with yourself. So not only do you have a better love connection coming in, or this could even be an improvement if you are in a romantic relationship of maybe your partner does a lot of stuff, right? They're doing a lot of stuff. You're like, no, I'm not happy about this. And they need to take steps to change it. For some of you, if you're with someone who changes it, great. It could be an improvement in your love. If not, you will be leaving this person and finding a new person who is giving you love that is not making you feel like you have to do everything yourself, or you're the one that's wrong, even though you're being reasonable and you're trying to make things better. It takes two to tango. You can't fix problems if one person never wants to. You know what I mean? You have to work with people who are in good faith. They're willing and wanting to change. Doesn't mean they have to do it perfectly, but they have to be willing to accept, okay, there is a problem, let's fix it. So you're going to be pairing with someone who's like that, or your relationship, if this person's willing to work with you and do that, yes. But if not, you're going to leave and find this person. So I hope that's not too direct, but that is what is coming through. Also with self-love, this is loving yourself whether you're with someone or you're not with someone. Loving yourself to walk away from bad treatment and behavior and realizing, okay, if I'm doing my best here and I myself am not being toxic and I'm trying my best, is it this person? Do I have to walk away? Respecting yourself enough to not handle bad treatment from people as well. That's also what I see. So a very powerful group and a powerful message. Group number 3, I hope you guys liked it. If you did like it, consider liking the video, subscribing if you haven't yet, hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos like this. If you would like to financially support the channel, consider joining my memberships. You get a weekly card pull that I write out to see how your week might go or what themes to expect, some emojis, and early access to videos. I hope this reading has helped you in some way. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys in the next reading. Bye.